Well, critics say it sounds like something out of Soviet-era Russia's playbook right here on college campuses in the United States. Administrators are now forcing higher education workers to sign diversity, equity, and inclusion statements in order to be eligible for job or promotion consideration. Some University of California staff tell Fox News they are outraged and say they're fighting back now to try and preserve academic freedom. Let's bring in Robert Shibley. He's the executive director of the Foundation for Individual Rights and Expression. Robert, take a look at this. This is from the University of Oregon on this so-called DEI push. They say, in keeping with our goals of becoming an institution committed to anti-racism and other forms of anti-oppression more generally, diversity, equity, and inclusion statements are now part of A, recruitment, and B, the promotion and tenure process. Faculty contributions to diversity, equity, and inclusion receive consideration in the academic review process. What do you say?
Yeah, the problem with requirements like these is that they are all too often used as political litmus tests to make sure that there are no dissenters on campus. It makes professors and sometimes students, although in this case professors, say things they may not believe, and really to make sure that only people with quote-unquote approved views are hired and promoted. This isn't non-discrimination. This is going far beyond that and actually requiring discrimination based on potential faculty members and even current faculty members' political beliefs.
From the perspective of the administrators, I mean, I know that I can't ask you to read their minds, but why do you think they're making this leap and taking these statements from being something that is voluntary, a nice to have, to something that has now become actually mandatory, something you have to do if, in some instances, you want to keep your job or be considered for a promotion?
Well, I think there's a lot of sincerity involved there. They think it will make the university a better place, but there is also, I think, more cynicism, a more cynical way of looking at it is to say that on campus, there still are guarantees of free speech, of academic freedom. People are guaranteed the right under the Constitution at public colleges to be able to speak their minds. We rely on professors to do that. But if you are able to, on the way in, make sure that everybody sort of agrees on the same political principles, you have a lot less opportunity for people to actually come out and do that disagreeing. And so if you really want a place where some people are excluded, this is kind of a backdoor way of doing that.
Part of the problem that parents of students themselves, even some faculty are having with the University of California school system adaptation of this new policy is that what we just talked about, they are now mandatory, and that teachers who say, or faculty at schools who say, you know what, we're not against diversity and inclusion, but we just want to stay out of it. We don't feel it's part of our purview as academic instructors are being penalized. Do you think there's a way the school system can be helping those teachers to move forward here?
Yeah, I think that is what they're doing. I think the only thing they can do to help is to make sure that that includes everyone and that people have different views on this. They need to have a broad enough brush that people who think diversity differently can be different.
Robert Shibley, we got to leave it there. Thanks very much for joining us.
Thank you.
I'm Steve Ducey.
I'm Brian Kilmeade.
And I'm Ainsley Earhart. And click here to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page to catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis.